All right, we are back. That was a great interview with Kalen Tui, and now we are here live with our 1500 champ. I was just talking about him 4 minutes ago. Rob Heppenstall, 336, closing in 54-2 to get the win. How are you feeling?
I feel pretty good. I mean, I'm not sure if you heard or anybody else, but I actually got a text from Jesse at 3:56 p.m. and he asked me if I wanted to be in the first heat. And I woke up from a nap, and I got the email, and it said, "You want to be in the first heat? I can move you from the second heat." I said, "Yes, I confirm." And basically went back to bed for an hour and finished up my nap, and then just tried to readjust mentally. And yeah, I mean, I'm grateful for the opportunity. So
yeah, all of a sudden, does that change the game plan in any way? I mean, if you win the first section today, then you probably, I think, could have won the second section. But the guys in section 1, I mean, you had the likes of Woody Kincaid in there, and he was chasing you down there the last 100. Does that change the game plan in any real way, or is it just if you're ready to race, you're ready to race?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, kind of going into like when I had the mentality of the second heat, I mean, I saw the likes of Centro and a couple other, like Herrera was in it too, and he likes to take it from the gun. So my strategy shifted a little bit going into the first heat. I really just wanted to get in the mix of those guys. I mean, world-class athletes, anywhere from 800 to 10K. You got Woody Kincaid, Abdi Nur, and then on the lower end, you got Charlie Hunter who's in it, Kieran Lumb. I mean, when you're in a race with those guys, you just want to get in the mix and try to make sure you're there with 300 to go. So I think like going into it, I really just wanted to make sure I was there with 300 to go and in a good spot, not get boxed in. I saw how the races sort of played out in the early stages of the meet and really wanted to see what the mindset of the meet was, and it seemed like it was...
Talk about that, because I don't think that's something everyone would necessarily always understand. Like, when you see people running fast in previous heats, that changes...
Absolutely.
Tell me, like, in what way? Because I think for fans who maybe haven't been at a meet like this, don't realize necessarily the impact that has.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so even from like the third and second heat, it was very much only a few people wanted to go with the pace that was set, and everybody else just kind of wanted to get their early season racing tactics in. So I think after watching the early 15s and the early 8s, everyone just really wanted to kind of get their feet wet and really want to practice kind of mano-a-mano. And that's kind of the mentality I took into this heat. I mean, we didn't come through the crazy fastest as you would typically see, and I think I just wanted to stay as patient as possible.
So here we are, coming up to 300 meters into the race, sitting middle of the pack.
Yep.
Are you happy where you're at?
Yeah. So once I saw that we kind of were in a line and settled down, I stayed on Woody. I knew he would be strong through the end, so mentally I just wanted to stick on him. My biggest thing that I didn't want to happen was to people come on my outside. I mean, Christian comes up and challenges as well as Kieran later in the race. I just wanted to make sure I had an escape route when the tactics started to kind of come into fruition. So yeah, I was happy right here. I just wanted to stay in contact 5 meters from the lead. So pretty comfortable there.
So you're not necessarily thinking I need to get the standard here. I mean, getting the win today, you will get some nice points out of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
But thinking about the World Championships, where you're hoping to obviously qualify, represent Canada, you're not worried about 334.
I think at some point I'd love to be able to run 334 and even faster. I think that's going to come naturally. I think I've gone into races saying I got to run this split, this split, this split, and when you do that, you kind of take away from what racing actually is, in my opinion. So I think it's going to happen naturally, and I think it's going to happen when I least expect it. And I think just trying to kind of make it a dogfight out there is the best way to get the best results. So
you come through there and look like 156 high, 157.
Yep.
Pretty comfortable.
Yeah. And again, I think that's just coming from an 800-meter background. I mean, when you got guys like going out in 24 flat in the first 200 and the 800 and you're off the back, I mean, I'm kind of used to just really fast paces, and for me, even right here, getting a little bunched up.
Yeah, I mean, this is seriously lagging here. Are you stressed by how boxed in you are, or you're
I love
open
it.
up?
I love it. It's my like right here is like my favorite type of racing.
Actually,
I love it. Because I always think of it as like a Chinese finger trap. Like the more you try to like stress out and tense up, the worse it's going to be and harder. So I just tried to stay relaxed as long as I could. Yeah, even here I'm super relaxed.
Yeah, and you're pretty deep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I even come up on.
But here's the move.
Okay.
300 to go.
Yeah.
You swing the outside.
Yeah.
You're positioning. You're following. It looks like Kieran. Christian is starting to make a big move on Charlie Grice. You swing it to almost lane 3 here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, and this is what I love about racing. I mean, even in the 800, like once you go, you got to keep going, and it's just like, I love getting chased from behind. It's great. So I think like, yeah, I mean, I'm happy with that. I think this is my bread and butter type of race.
I mean, you put a
doing this.
serious gap on. You did work very hard to make sure you made the pass before the turn.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, in terms of like running the most distance, it wasn't the smartest move, but I mean, like I had to do what I had to do. But I think this type of racing is like what makes the sport exciting, and I think we all could have gotten a line today, and everyone could have ran super fast. But I think making it exciting and making it good for the fans is like what's gonna develop the sport. So I think like I love it when it's packed up like that with 400 to go.
A hell of a celebration. Smoking guns, back into the holster.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Was that planned?
With 100 to go, I was trying to think like what would be pretty cool. I had a few in mind, but I think like that one just happened naturally. Yeah, I had that one I was working on for a while, but yeah, so.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, Rob, thanks so much for sitting down, chatting. This is awesome. Where are we seeing you next?
So I have that Bermuda meet on the 21st, and then I'll be heading over to Europe, getting in some races out there. So spending about a month in Europe, and then come back for Canadian Nationals, and hopefully July 22nd on Sun Running Meet as well. So
very cool. Well, congratulations on the win today.
Yeah,
Best of luck. Nice hanging.
Thank you. Thank you so much.